All right, you're welcome back to the Aviva Fan Studio, where Ireland lead Wales by 15 points to 13. The worry is beginning to dissipate a small bit, but we deserve that, don't we?
Yeah, I think we did. We the Lions share possession. I thought we played the majority of the rugby in the half. Unfortunate with the few missed kicks, and Lee Halfpenny kind of made that even worse with two of his long range efforts going over. So I think it was really important that we scored there at the end, because I'm sure the game is going to turn again in the second half. A
little bit more open, Stuart, than you maybe had expected.
Yeah, well, judging by my score, I think it'll be certainly more than 21-18. I think both defences are a little bit disappointed with the tries they've conceded. The Stockdale try, Wales a bit disappointed on the edge, but also the try that Ireland conceded as well. It was a reasonably soft try. Crucial try for Ireland at the end.
Tom, just before we came on air there, where you said you wanted to talk Brexit, and just before that, where you said that Wales were lucky to be in it, or will be happy to be still in it, I should say. There should be a pretty positive half-time team talk, I would think.
Yeah, do you want my Brexit answer? Or
Brexit, please, yeah.
Don't do it. Yeah, look, Wales will be happy because we've not played very much rugby. We've been quite lucky, actually, to score a try, yet we're still in it. And Ireland have thrown a lot of us at it. I'm quite surprised how many times Ireland have broken the Welsh defence as well. A lot of inside balls, a lot of sort of second, third phrase line breaks, which normally we associate Wales with a good defence, but Ireland are breaking them down. So we're lucky, I think, to be 13 points up, but we've not really given much. So I think they'll take confidence from that in the change room, saying we've done nothing yet. We're only 2 points behind, and I think we'll probably see a bit of a momentum change, I think, second half.
Yeah, what do you think, Larissa? I mean, even looking at some of the stuff we spoke about before the game, about this aerial bombardment, for example, which from Murray, we haven't seen a little bit of it in terms of his boxing, but not a huge amount necessarily.
Yeah, no, I suppose we expected it. I think the exit strategies for Ireland, it was nice to see Johnny Sexton going from inside his own 22, having a go. I think we look electric when we do have ball in hand. We're having all the possession. I suppose we expected Wales to be kind of being in there with the poachers, kind of targeting that breakdown, but they're not really. They're being very clever. They're sending the odd shooter in there, slowing it down, and they're being very, very clever. I think it's on. We obviously, sorry Tom, do you want to come in there?
No.
We have a lot of possession, and I think we just need to keep going through. A few missed kicks. Wales are still in the game, due to Lee Halfpenny, superb kicks over. It's all to play for, really. It's kind of open, yeah.
We have to sort out the penalty count, though. Penalty count is killing Wales at the moment.
It's untypical of them as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and they will be getting told off by Sean Edwards in a probably very friendly manner. It's the type of guy, he's got a way of putting across a point, and that's sort of shouting in your face, and spit going in your face, and he's spat in your face, but you can't wipe it off because you're scared of it.
You wouldn't have been ever on the end of that, though.
No, of course not. No, squeaky clean me. But but the penalty count is a little bit of a worry because it's just allowing territory. It's allowing penalties, and we've actually been quite lucky that Sexton's missed a couple as well.
Yeah, on that point, Ian, I mean, he's been brilliant from open play, a couple of brilliant breaks that he doesn't always take on, but just in terms of the first 3 kicks, and some of them pretty straightforward that he missed, how does he throw the blade of grass behind the shoulder and sort of forget about that stuff?
Yeah, it was, you could see there was a simple one from one of the conversions, and you could see that he really took his time and wanted to hit a full kick, so he went through his full routine, even though he could have just tapped the ball over. So he's gone through his full routine there, and it's almost like a check for your technique to make sure it's still working, and it was a beautiful strike. And then again, you could see he did the same with the kick just before half time. So he's hit 2 really good kicks, even though they're perceived easy kicks. So I've no concerns that come the second half he'll be able to step up, and he's got a technique that's reliable, and usually when he misses he knows why, and he can correct it very quickly. So it's very uncharacteristic of him to miss 2 in a row.
Possibly the dumbest questions ever been asked. Why did he miss them?
Well, for me, it was Johnny hits a slight fade, so it's in golfing terms he's pushed it, so he's probably come in and let in with his left hip, and he's pushed it. He needs to keep his hip square to the ball, and then once he makes the strike, get his hip square to the target, and he's just let in with his left, which has kept his hips open, and the ball's drifted right.
Keep your comments coming in. There's some good questions that we'll get to in just a few minutes. We do have a pair of tickets to come and join us for the Scotland game in a couple of weeks. So get your comments coming in at hashtag Aviva Fan Studio here on the Facebook page as well. Stuart, one of the other things we spoke about before the game was about the loss of some of those players and how keenly that might be felt. Chris Farrell's having an absolute stormer out there. Yeah,
he's a big fella, isn't he? And he's doing a simple role, but a very effective role as well. And he got in the game early, didn't he? That was key, I think.
Big hits,
that big tackle and a couple of early carries, and him and Bundy Aki are a handful. And you talk about the breakdown, and Wales are having a crack at the breakdown, but Ireland are so good at the breakdown. They're going in, they're accurate. There's two cleaners every time. And any threat has been nullified. It's getting reasonably quick ball for Conor Murray, and then Johnny can start moving them around a bit. So it's starting to come. It's starting to come. You can see the attacking shape, particularly when they get into 22. They'll go to a reasonably tight pick and go game, and then Wales are now having to defend that because Ireland forwards are strong, the breakdown's good, they tighten up, and obviously there's opportunities now beginning to emerge on the edge. Obviously Bundy Aki scored tight, but they could have walked it on the edge.
Yeah, that Stockdale try, Larissa, you can take that one up for us. The Sexton pass, obviously that fizz pass was the beautiful part of it, but well worked.
Yeah, great reactions by Sexton, great vision. I don't even think he looked at Jacob, he just knew where that ball was going. Crisp and just, very clinical. It was interesting to see, you could see Keith Earls there in the last minutes there of the first half. He wanted the ball. It was on. I know Bundy went in under the post there, but it definitely is on. And Wales are getting sucked in. It's going to be very interesting now in the, I suppose, talks at half time. But they need to sort out their defensive line there. Yeah,
on that point, like Warren Gatland, obviously we spoke about it beforehand, was saying that this is not necessarily the most threatening team in the Six Nations. Concession of a couple of tries, and I mean they weren't the only opportunities we had. We'd expect that we might be sort of pounding that Welsh line a little bit more in the second half.
Yeah, they look pretty threatening out there, to be honest. Wales' defence has been pretty decent on their own line because they've been there a long time. I think second half now, when you see Wales, they need to get over the gain line. So they need to get their shoulders through those tackles. They need to get to the ground quicker. And need to create tempo because at the moment it's just slow ball. We've hardly seen anything from Wales. The try was sort of off the cusp, really. There wasn't much attack going on, and it was a bit of a poacher's try, really, by Gareth Davis. So we've not seen too much from Wales. I think we look pretty good catching high balls. Dan Biggers had a decent take, but it's quite limited at the moment. We've not seen the best of Wales, and that's why I think we'll see a massive change in momentum, because you can't see another Welsh team come out with the same performance like we've seen in the first half.
The flip side of that is that if we can sort of keep a little bit of pressure on Wales in and keep them playing to that level that isn't exactly their 100%, we only have a few small tweaks to make here in terms of, like, if Sexton had to make those kicks, for example, we'd have another 8 points on the board. Like, there's not much for us to...
Yeah, I think what's really important for Ireland now going out in the second half is their discipline's got to be really good. The referee's going to be conscious that the penalty count has massively been in favour of Ireland in the first half, and he's going to definitely look to balance that off in some way. And if there's any indiscipline at all from Ireland, we're going to see Wales kicking it to the touch and then see some of their power plays. We've seen a lot of Ireland's phase attack that's been really good to them, but Wales have yet to really throw any punches.
Yeah.
So
I think they'll look around the centres. I think Wales will look to attack centres in Bundy, Aki and Farrell because it's inexperience, and you get experience from playing together, from combinations, and it's a fairly new, it is a new centre partnership. So
they've looked solid enough, though, haven't they?
Yeah, they have looked solid enough. They have looked solid enough, but it's being able to read each other, and that's what makes great centre partners. It's because of the experience playing together and being able to read instinctively. So I think we'll look around those centres, and we need to get the ball in, like Steph Evans, Liam Williams, our two best attackers. We've really not seen ball in hand.
Stuart, if you're in that Ireland dressing room at this minute, what sort of message are you delivering to that team?
More of the same, really. Obviously, don't give Wales a foothold now in the game. Now you've got them where you need them, play good field position, keep exposing that backfield because there's only Lee Halfpenny in there. And ask Wales to play out. And I don't think at the moment they've got tools. I wonder where George North will be a factor. I'd be thinking from the Wales point of view, a bit more punch, maybe off of the wing, change the back line up a bit, get some ball carries, get across the gain line. But they've not really had any set piece ball in the 22 or even in Ireland's half to build any momentum. The try was one of the few times they've been in the 22. Yeah. So I think if Ireland can keep them at arm's length I'm not sure Wales have got the tools at the moment to break them down. And if Ireland can build the score, make it an 8-pointer and a 10-pointer, Wales start chancing their arm. Offloading becomes loose, Ireland's pressure, get them down in the 22, pin them down, scrum, line out, pick and go, tighten them up.
Couple of good questions coming through from our viewers on Periscope and Facebook. One of them, Stuart, says on Periscope that he's loving the "we" from Stuart Lancaster when he's talking about Ireland.
Yeah.
We can all get behind that. You're already into it.
You'll lived here for...
This Brexit stuff, you'll have to revoke your passport soon.
Impartial.
Mark on Twitter says, we don't make it easy on ourselves, but some great play from Earls to open play up. More of the same in the second half would be lovely. He's a player in the form of his life, Ian, isn't he?
Yeah, look, he's playing fantastic stuff. I think physically he's probably in the shape of his life. He's found, I think he's played it up to 100 kilos before. I think he's playing at around 88, 89. He's looking very nimble on his feet. And he's defensively, he's a brilliant winger, and then, we've all seen what he can do in attack. He's very, very fleety. He's making good breaks, and what Ireland really needs to do now is flood through. The last time he got through one-on-one, he's looking around and he just needed one other guy off his shoulder, and it would have been 7 points. So, but yeah, look, he's in the form there that as an out half you'd just be saying to your centres, look, just keep the ball. It's a simple game at times, and when someone's in that kind of form, just give it to them and let them do their thing.
A couple of questions in here on the bench. One from Brian on Facebook who says, hello from Dubai, how's it going? Hard to know what to take from that. Can see Wales pulling away in the final 15 minutes with the lack of depth on that Irish bench.
Yeah, possibly. We talked about George North coming on. We've got Justin Tipperick. It's a strong bench. We just need to shore up defensively. That'll be a big key for that second half, and it's shutting the gate, because Ireland have got a couple of inside passes away, the holes open up. It's just lazy defence, really. When the ball goes past you, that's when you've got to start to work. So I think we need a little bit more energy there. But we've not seen anything. We've not seen any of them attack of Wales. So
more of that is what you're saying.
Yeah, more of that. Well, we have to get some attack. We have to get some possession, and we have to get some territory. And when we can get that, then we'll be dangerous.
I suspect you'd all change your pre-match predictions at this stage, would you? Given that it's the scores at 15-13.
It's going to be higher.
Ian, you're probably in with a decent shake there.
Maybe, we'll see. It's going to be tight. It's going to be tight.
I'm sticking to my instincts.
Yeah. I think Ireland have some good guys coming off the bench as well. And if Wales do bring North on, I can see Ireland bringing Ferg McFadden on and just matching him up against him, because there's no better man to come up against someone like George North and just completely nullify him.
I suppose it's where George North comes on though, because sometimes they use him in the centre. I think he might come on in the centre because he'll get more ball in hand there.
Yeah, possibly, And then Sean Cronin as well, he's going to come on, and hopefully as the game starts.
Cronin as well.
Yeah,
I think will be
those two guys.
Big play for Ireland, I think, last 20.
Big impact.
Yeah, as the game opens up, they're going to be guys who are
Team's just about to come on, Ian. Jump on the confidence meter again. Give us what are we thinking, everybody? Give it a whirl there, Ian. Are we going back towards Wales, or are we kind of...
It's probably still around...
Similar-ish. Yeah, all right.
We're only 2 points up.
All right, we'll stick with that. Ireland 2 points up, 15 points at 13. Join us again at full time. We'll have more expert analysis for a panel of experts, and keep the questions coming in on #Aviva Fan Studio. See you at full time.